First law, very extremely important for human beings to understand. It's the law of confusion. You think that you want to manifest something. All of us do. We think that we want to manifest something because when we manifest that thing, then we're going to feel good. Well, remember that this isn't happening in time. This manifestation business doesn't happen in time. This creation business isn't in time. It's happening in emotion, energy in motion. You listen, you are never, no one ever made something manifest. Nobody ever stayed in the position or a condition of wanting something really bad and allowed it to manifest. Is now, as before, where you were full of doubt and uncertainty, the law of attraction was actually working against you and bringing you more thoughts of doubt and more feelings of uncertainty. Now, as you're starting to feel better and you're starting to see these synchrodestinies or evidence of proof of what you want coming into manifestation, now the law of attraction turns into your ally. Things that you don't expect, things that you could never figure out with your physical mind, begin to show up in your life for you to kind of experience that came from what seems like out of the blue or out of nowhere. Well, these things aren't coming out of nowhere. There's infinite realities, infinite frames, and each one of those frames carries a corresponding vibration. So you could be in the frame right now of this certain reality, which is life sucks, and then you die. If you're in the life sucks and then you die, you are emitting a frequency of life sucks and then you die. And what you're putting out there for yourself to experience is experiences and circumstances and events and people of life sucks and then you die. And so when you experience it, then you get to be right that life sucks and then you die. And then you create more experiences and people and events of life sucks that match life sucks and then you die. You are so close. You are so close to being able to create anything you want to be, do, or have for yourself. You just were never told the path. That's all. So I want to talk quickly about a couple quick fundamentals that are important, that more than important, just crucial for you to start making progress and moving in the right direction towards experiencing what it is that you're looking to manifest for yourself and for your life. It is so important. It is so important that you begin to move in the direction. And when I say move in the direction, what I'm really saying is begin to start noticing yourself feeling better, feeling better, feeling better, feeling better, feeling better. Because although most people think that this law of attraction is a thinking game and this manifestation game is a thinking game, it's not really. It's really more a feeling game. The game is all done. The energy is in. The power is in the sourcing of the manifestation and the creation of everything, and the experiencing of the things that you want is going to happen from an emotional experience, an emotional expansion. The mind and the thinking is just what leads the way for the feelings. So it's important when you're embarking on any kind of attempt to manifest what you want that you recognize and understand fully that the mind is just the leader or the conductor of the orchestra, if you will. It doesn't provide any power. It doesn't cause anything to manifest for you. But what it does is it evokes certain feelings that match those thoughts. So the thought is what leads the way. The thought is senior. The thought is the most pivotal senior viewpoint on all of this law of attraction stuff. Not because it causes things to manifest for you, but it causes the feelings, and it has feelings that are connected to it, which cause the manifestation to occur for you. So there's two indicators that you want to be watching all the time for yourself. And these indicators are things that you can use to see if you're actually on your way or you're kind of spun off moving in some different direction. So the analogy that I like to say to people is if we were driving from New York to California, what we would like to do is take Interstate 80 all the way across, because it'll take you all the way across the United States and you can get to California. And it's a pretty direct route. And the problem that people have so many times is since they don't have certainty on how this law of creation, law of manifestation works, They start out in New York on Highway 80, and then they get to, the next state over, and then they get a little bit confused, or they hear something different, or they hear something that they think is conflicting with how they think it's supposed to work. And then they take a right-hand turn and they go off the freeway. And next thing you know, they're up in Canada. And then so at some point they realize, holy smokes, it's freezing up here. This isn't where I want to be. So they turn around and they go back down to try to get to the freeway to at least get back to where they were. And then when they get back down to the freeway, then they're like, well, I don't really know where to go from here. So I guess I'm going to go back to New York. And so then they turn around and they go back to New York. This understanding that I'm giving you right now will give you the opportunity and the knowingness and the certainty to take yourself from New York to California in a direct route and then keep moving in the direction which is going to yield for you what it is that you're looking to experience. And how powerful is this? Here's how powerful it is. It works 100% of the time when you apply it and do it. Can't get any better than that. And the reason that you can count on this, and the reason that you can have faith that this works 100% of the time, is because it's based on these laws that I'm going to explain to you. First law, very extremely important for human beings to understand. It's the law of confusion. The law of confusion says this: if you don't have certainty on something, you can't have faith in the outcome. You got to see that you can't have that. If you don't have certainty and you don't have faith in how your engine starts every time you turn the key, it's going to be a little bit spooky for you sometimes when you go out walking out to start your car. There's just so many things that you can start to look at in your life that we take for granted that we just know it's going to work. Well, I'm telling you, this law of manifestation, this law of creation, law of vibration, whatever you want to call it, we'll just call it this ability to take your thoughts and make them turn into things that you can experience vibrationally with your senses. What we want to be able to do with certainty is start to move in the direction where the things that you want are going to manifest for you. And the two indicators that you can tell all the time on how you're doing to check yourself is, number one, how am I feeling? Number two, what's manifesting? Okay? And my suggestion to you, my recommendation to you, is that you keep your attention as like not just occasionally, but as a constant, steady alertness on how you're feeling. Why? Number one, that's the fuel, that's the energy, that's the sourcing of what's going to cause what you want to come into manifestation for you to experience. And how does it work? It works like this. You think that you want to manifest something. All of us do. We think that we want to manifest something because when we manifest that thing, then we're going to feel good. But the way this law actually works is you got to find a way to feel good, and then you can have that thing that you want to manifest. How it shows up in life, in my life, and in the lives of hundreds of people that I've worked with, is it goes like this. You begin to pay attention on how you feel and begin to feel better, feel better, feel better, feel better as your focus, as your intention, as the most important thing in your experience. And as you begin to feel better and begin to feel better, you then begin to see evidence of what you're wanting start to come into your experience for you to have as a manifestation. Now, where people get a little bit lost is they start to pay attention how they feel. They start to feel a little bit better. And then they start looking around and they don't see full evidence of the manifestation they're looking for. And so then they start to get some doubt or some uncertainty, and then they go backwards again. So when you learn how this works, you're looking for a feeling or an experience of yourself having certainty. Certainty that you're moving in the right direction, and certainty that if you keep moving in the right direction, what you want will come to you. The analogy that I gave you earlier is, I know that if I keep staying on Highway 80, I'm going to go through Nebraska, through Oklahoma, through New Mexico, through Arizona. I know I'm heading towards California, and I know that if I keep moving on this track, then I'm going to get there. Now, the biggest question that people have all the time is, okay, great, so I'm going to get in this car and I'm going to take it from New York to California. How long is it going to take? Well, that's a 27 or 28 hour drive. Well, remember that this isn't happening in time. This manifestation business doesn't happen in time. This creation business isn't in time. It's happening in emotion, energy and motion. It's happening in the feeling. So how long does it take? Well, it's never going to happen if you don't start practicing this, number one. Number two is it's going to take as long as it takes for you to feel like, experience yourself feeling the person who would have those things that you've asked for. Now, that's important to stop for a second and peek at, because when you ask for something, nobody ever sat down and said, you know what I would like to have is a big stack of money, a new lover, a new career that took me around the world to see new places, and a new beautiful house, and just go down that list. All the things that you've ever asked for. Nobody ever said, I want those things because I think when I get them, I'll be overwhelmed and feel real crummy and miserable. No, that's not why you're asking for things. You're asking for things, again, because you think you're going to feel better when you have it. So this game, the game we're going to play together, is doing whatever you need to do to get yourself feeling better ongoingly, ongoingly, ongoingly. And it's my promise to you, as you begin to feel better, feel better, feel better, feel better, feel better, number one, you're going to feel better in life. That's going to be the payoff for you. And the reason that's such a big payoff is because as you start feeling better and feeling better and feeling better and feeling better, you start feeling so good, you lose track or lose attention of trying to want those things and create those things and make those things happen. You listen, you are never, never, no one ever made something manifest. Nobody ever, ever stayed in a position or a condition of wanting something really bad and allowed it to manifest. What you're going to do is you're going to get your attention off of the thing in and of itself because you've already asked for it. And then you're going to get your attention on how you make it happen now. And that how you make it happen is, I know this is a big cost. I know it's a heavy burden, but you just got to feel good. That's all it comes down to. That's the real payoff. And the beautiful thing about this, you don't have to trust this. You can just look at your life and look at the efforting you've been doing, and the efforting and the trying and the wanting and the efforting and the wanting and the trying, and look at how bankrupt that is. What that leaves you as is exhausted. So many people that I talk to and interact with and see in this world spend time at an office, spend time doing something at some job, and spend so much time in their head wanting, hoping, wishing, praying, wanting, hoping, wishing, praying that these things that they want will show up, because when they show up, my life is going to be so good and I'm going to feel so good. Not knowing that that exhaustion isn't coming from their work. That exhaustion is coming from this thing that's just running and running and running and running and running and running. And where is my stuff? I can't believe I don't have my stuff. Why are they not doing it? How come this is? Where is it? So that incessant chatter of the mind is without question, number one, the most destructive thing that you can kind of impose upon yourself. Number two, it's a complete barrier to manifestation, to having things that you want show up for yourself and for your life. And number three, you don't have an answer for it. And that's the real problem, is that you don't have an answer for it. So number one is you got to become aware that this thing is running all the time. And that's why I'm promoting, and that's why I constantly promote meditation. Why? Well, because when you start to meditate, you quiet your mind. As you quiet your mind, your vibration rises. And when I say vibration, I mean your feeling. So forget frequency and vibration. Let's talk feeling, feeling. When I say your vibration or your frequency is raising, I'm saying you're feeling better, feeling better, feeling better. So as you begin to meditate, your mind quiets, your frequency raises, i.e., you start feeling better. And as you begin to feel better, now you're on your way towards experiencing the feeling that you need to have to have the things that you want. So be really, really clear about this. This comes down to you feeling good. You can't feel crummy and get the things that you want that you think are going to make you feel good. And on the flip side, you can't feel great and not get what you want. And so the latter of those two scenarios is what I'm promoting for you. And that's the freeway that you're going to take if you're going to be able to manifest things that you want to have for yourself and for your life. And remember, this is not a conversation about time. This is a conversation about frequency and feeling. Feeling, feeling, feeling. Just every time you hear frequency, just think feeling. That's really a much easier, hands-on way to kind of do with what you're working on, because you're working with your frequency, but you're really working with how you feel. Now, as you begin to start to feel better, what you're going to notice is you start to see little evidences as you begin feeling better of things that you've been wanting, and little conspiracies kind of forming out in the universe of things that you're wanting. Little validation starts showing up everywhere. Little I call them synchro destinies. People that you could never have expected show up with things that you needed at the thing. Like the right thing at the right time begins showing up. There starts to become an alignment. Things begin to come into alignment to bring what you want into manifestation. And what begins to happen for human beings when this occurs for them is now, as before, where you were full of doubt and uncertainty, the law of attraction was actually working against you. It was bringing you more thoughts of doubt and more feelings of uncertainty. Now, as you're starting to feel better and you're starting to see these synchrodestinies or evidence of proof of what you want coming into manifestation, now the law of attraction turns into your ally, because as you begin to feel better, you feel more confident. As you feel more confident, you start to feel better. As you feel better, your vibration raises. You feel better. As you feel better, as you feel better, as you feel better, and then more evidence of more thoughts and more feelings come in. Now the law of attraction starts pouring gas on the fire for you, and now you're really on your way. So as you begin to play this game, remember this fundamentally. There's only now, and everything out there that you are experiencing, everything out there is nothing more than your mind that you are looking at. That's all you out there as an extended version or an inverted version of your mind. That's how you look at and see yourself and who you are and how you feel. And you can prove this to yourself just by this. As you're feeling crummy, you start to see and experience crummy things outside in your external world. As you begin to feel better, you start to see beautiful, fun, enjoyable, peaceful, so much so that if you really get committed to this, I promise you on this, put this to the test. If you get really committed to this and you really make feeling good your focus by giving up being right in little petty arguments on who was the best basketball player ever, giving up little petty arguments on how much it costs for a seat at some stadium where you've both been to a different place and have a different viewpoint on things. You stop engaging in anything that doesn't feel good, and you begin only engaging in things that feel good, and you begin this meditation practice. You're going to pop up real fast, and you're going to notice that this resistance, this surface resistance that's been kind of lingering there forever, is going to release. And when it releases, you're going to see the exact quick change in your external world. Now, how does that become permanent? It becomes permanent and it becomes ongoing and constant. And by the way, there's no limit to where your frequency can raise. There's no limit here. It can just continually going. But what begins to happen, the indicators for you to look at is, number one, you're feeling better. Number two, you're getting evidence of manifestation. Number three, people that you may not have heard from for a while that are allies and friends of you will seem like serendipitously contact you. Things that you don't expect, things that you could never figure out with your physical mind begin to show up in your life for you to kind of experience that came from what seems like out of the blue or out of nowhere. Well, these things aren't coming out of nowhere. They're coming out of the fact that you've now raised your vibration, i.e., you're feeling better, and now you are experiencing those things in your external world that you've been wanting. So there's no, in the law of attraction or manifestation, it's not like you have a thought of you want some more money, and then the universe then goes to the mint and then starts trying to print some more money for what you want, or they're not putting a new car together and conjuring it up out there in the ether. Just another month and we'll have your car built for you and then you can have it. It's like, it isn't any of that. This is all vibrational and it's all energy. So when you are sitting in your now experience of yourself, you are sitting in a reality. And that reality, think of it like one frame, just one frame in a movie. You're sitting in this frame right now. And as you're sitting in this frame, you can see that on this reel for this movie called Your Life, there's infinite frames of your life. It's not just the movie, there's infinite realities, infinite frames. And each one of those frames carries a corresponding vibration. So you could be in the frame right now of this certain reality, which is life sucks, and then you die. And when you're in this frame, there's an experience in your outside world of the life sucks and then you die frame. But just like when you're watching TV and you're watching Channel 7, which is the college football game, there's so many other channels that you can turn to, different frequencies that you can begin watching different shows. They're not on the TV that you've got on right now because you're on this channel. But you can easily go to a different channel, just like you can easily move and shift to a different parallel reality that's happening right now. How do you shift? You got to raise your frequency. If you're in the life sucks and then you die, you are emitting a frequency of life sucks and then you die. And what you're putting out there for yourself to experiences and circumstances and events and people of life sucks and then you die. And so when you experience it, then you get to be right that life sucks and then you die. And then you create more experiences and people and events of life sucks that match life sucks and then you die. But as you begin this, and you start to get sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and experiencing life sucks and then you die, you change your vibration. You begin raising your vibration. You begin to get committed to your life. You begin to get committed to feeling good is the most important thing that you want. By the way, we all have that in common. We all desire to feel good. You can't get around it. You can't shuck it and you can't hide it. You can intellectualize that and try to get around that any way you want or justify feeling crummy any way you want. But down at your core, just like me, you want to feel good. Now, in this reality you're in currently, as it's life sucks and then you die, if you want to go over to the reality that says life is really great and things are possible, anything's possible, you got to feel better, i.e., you got to raise your frequency. Well, how do you raise your frequency? Number one, it starts with a commitment to wanting to feel good. I want to raise my frequency and experience joy in my life. If what this guy is saying is actually true, I can start feeling better and start having a more enjoyable life. And by the way, that's exactly what I'm saying. And so as you begin to raise your frequency, you start to notice one day, uh-oh, I went to the gas station, and that guy that always ignores me, that I thought was a pompous jerk, said good morning to me. It may be something very subtle like that. I'm telling you that you don't look out your driveway and there's a G7 jet and a Mercedes for you. That's not what we're talking about. But what I am telling you is, as you practice and continue this expansion, if that jet and that Mercedes is what you want, you'll be able to manifest that as well. But by that time, you're going to feel so good, you're not going to have any attachment to it showing up. It's going to be just another thing that you experience inside of this reality that you moved into. How did you move into the jet and the Mercedes? By feeling better, by feeling better, by feeling better, by feeling better. You are so close. You are so close to being able to create anything you want to be, do, or have for yourself. You just were never told the path. That's all. And the path is how I'm thinking is giving yield to how I'm feeling. What I think gives rise to what I feel. What I think gives rise to what I feel, and what I think and feel gives rise to what I experience as real. That's not a haiku or a poem. It just happened to end up that way, and I really love that quote. I'm going to say it again. What I think gives rise to what I feel. What I think and what I feel gives rise to the experience that I experience as real. That's what it is. That's a manifestation of yourself. It is all you out there on blast. So no matter where you are, it makes no difference. You could have just gotten back from the hospital with the news of an incurable disease. You could be just kind of lifing it and things are kind of cool, but it's kind of boring. Or you could be in a position where things are great, but I really want to create a relationship, or things are great, but I just really want to create a new career. It doesn't matter in this game. None of those circumstances has any relevance in your ability to intentionally or deliberately create anything you want for yourself or for your life. All that matters is what you're thinking that's giving rise to how you feel, and it's yielding what you're experiencing is real. So if you're going to get in this game and you're going to play it and you're going to be good at it and you're going to develop some real power, the cost is you're going to have to feel good and better and better and better and better and better and better. And as you keep rising up to that point of feeling better, feeling better, feeling better, your attachment to all kinds of things disappears. Because the only reason, again, remember, the only reason you wanted any of that stuff is because you wanted to feel good. Now we're going to cut the middleman out. We're just going to start feeling good. Then you're not going to care if that stuff shows up, and then here it comes. I'm telling you, this is how it works. So no matter where you are, if this resonated with you and you felt something was possible for yourself or for your life, because it is, click the link below. Come into my Skool community. In this Skool community, you are going to get such powerful, fundamental, foundational understanding and certainty on how this law of creation works, such that you're going to start having the experience of, hey, I can do this. I'm moving in the right direction. It doesn't have to you don't have to live in this as being a big mystery. This is available for you. Also, in the Skool community, we're going to have a call together. When you come into the Skool community, you and me are going to have a one-on-one call. And I can't wait to meet you. Click the link below. And now it's finally cool to go back to school.